So you couldn't have like a 6, 7 out of 10?
Not as my girl, no. I can bang a 3 out of 10.
Oh, really?
I can bang a 2. If I have 2 more of these, I might phone a 1 out of 10. I might phone a thing on overdraft. Like, you don't know what's going on. When the alcohol starts to go in my intestines and that,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
So a lot of women are losing good men because society tells them that they can have any man they want whenever they want. It's no coincidence that whenever a small argument happens, or a minor difference between a man and a woman, it's no coincidence that whenever a small argument or differences happen in a relationship, it doesn't take long before the woman storms out. Right? She doesn't want to sit down and solve the problem. She would rather walk out that door because she thinks the grass is always green on the other side. Like, instead of sitting down and having a discussion and solving the problem, they would rather just walk out and find a new man. But hey, it's no problem, because a lot of men nowadays, they don't want to be dating anymore. Men prefer to be single these days. So I guess it works out in their favor, They don't want to put up with their BS anymore. They don't want to put up with their attitude and their disrespect, They're fed up. Right? So anyways, in today's video we got more reactions. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
Is one of the most beautiful in the world. She's even the most followed female footballer on Instagram with 16 million followers. But if you're jealous, you couldn't be Alicia Layman's partner. Some time ago, Douglas Lewis was her boyfriend, but the Brazilian was very jealous. And according to the Sun newspaper, this was the reason for their breakup. Douglas couldn't handle Alicia accepting modeling jobs where she appeared quite provocative. Additionally, she received an offer of over $100,000 to create content for the adult platform. Moreover, there are rumors that Drake offered her $110,000 for an intimate night with him. Obviously, it's a very difficult offer to refuse, but Alicia decided to respect herself and refused to accept this proposal. She gave herself the value she deserves, and money won't make her lose her values. She knows she's beautiful and can make money thanks to her beauty and her salary as a professional footballer. At night, she streams where she earns thousands of dollars from subscriptions.
You know what's so funny, man? Like, I don't know why this commentator is attacking my man here. I think my man made a right decision, right, to end the relationship, right? Like, if she's not willing to change up, stop doing her modeling contracts where she's provocative to all other men out there, right? Like, man, she gotta go, right? Doesn't matter how pretty she is, how famous she is, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's that self-respect. And if she can't respect that, and she can't respect her relationship with the man, she gotta go. You know what I mean? So kudos to him, bro. He had his own values and he had his own standards, right? So if she couldn't fit into those, then yeah, she has to leave. A lot of men out there, they would sacrifice their happiness and just stick in the relationship just because the chick is really hot. You know what I'm saying, right? Yes, because she's really attractive, they don't want to lose her. They're willing to sacrifice things that they're not okay with, right? Like, if he's not okay with her going and doing all these photo shoots and where she's all provocative and all that, and then he deserves to walk away. He deserves to break it up. So why is this guy bashing him? I think he made the right decision, because as a man, you don't want your woman out there being objectified like that. That's why I can never understand how men are out there and they would let their women make OnlyFans content. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're letting strangers have this virtual access to your woman. They can see everything. You know what I'm saying? Which should have been private, which only her man should be able to see. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. So at the end of the day, right here on this video, this guy is giving her the kudos. He's telling her, like, she wouldn't disrespect her, stuff like that. Like, she was offered money from Drake and all this, blah, blah, blah. But she denied it just because she doesn't wanna, just because she wanna keep her self-respect. So this begs the question, then, where was the self-respect from the beginning when she was offered these modeling jobs where she has to be provocative? Why couldn't she do it 100%? Why does she have to be biased? Why does she have to do it partly? Like, she want to half do it, she doesn't want to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. Why don't you go all the way through? Why don't you go 100% and not do it at all, or do it fully 100%? Like, you know what I mean? Why is there that all in between? That's what I don't get. But yeah, kudos to my friend here. Like, at least he broke up with her, man. Doesn't matter. Who cares if they're hot or not, Your self-respect and the respect in your relationship comes first, bro.
How long you guys been dating for?
How long have you been dating?
You don't know?
7 months.
No, more than that.
No, it's been 7 months. It's been 7 months.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I don't know. I don't count it, mate. I'm mate. I don't know,
I
mate.
count, and it's been 7.
Maybe 9 months for me.
Definitely not been 9.
Yeah, go on.
Actually, most of the time he decides, and then I let him. But this time it's 7 months.
Don't get me even started. Okay? Food is alright, but like,
Best couple of the year. How did you guys meet?
Through a mutual friend.
do you want me to be more specific about it? Yeah?
Yes, be specific, please.
I want to date with one girl and then shoot with her. That's how we met. The girl I was like dating, right? When I first met her, they just met each other. She initiated me. After that, I was like, oh, fair enough. And that's what happened, right? Yeah.
I mean, you're very lucky. You know, she's so pretty, right?
I am so pretty. Remember that. I'm Chinese, Jamaican, Bermudian. My mom is Chinese, Jamaican, and then my dad is Bermudian.
I'm pure Korean, but
You know what? I like this guy's energy, bro. Like, he's pretty cool, bro. Like, you can already feel that energy, you know, automatically. He doesn't look like he's a simp over here. He's pretty chill, bro. And even though he doesn't remember how long they've been dating for, he's not afraid to say it. All right? A lot of guys out there would be afraid because they know their woman will be so upset. They'll be like, how don't you remember, blah, 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 blah. Like, he's human, bro. He forgot. He doesn't know. To him, it's 9. To her, it's 7. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's pretty cool. He has chill vibes, man. Like, yeah, it's cool. Kudos to them, man. It's like one of those interracial relationships, you know?
So you couldn't have like a 6, 7 out of 10.
Not as my girl, no. I can bang a 3 out of 10.
Oh, really?
I can bang a 2. If I have 2 more of these, I might phone a 1 out of 10. I might phone a thing on overdraft. Like, you don't know what's going on. When the alcohol touch starts to go in my intestines and that,
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Do you think you're good enough to have a 10 out of 10?
I don't see what I lack.
He definitely loves himself.
Like, I don't see where I'm missing in what department. If it's a confidence thing, I'm confident. If it's a money thing, I ain't mad rich, I would say, but I'm comfortable. If it's a looks thing, I feel like I'm a leng jock. Look at me right now, like I look like I come straight out of the oven. You would think I've got a fresh trim just now.
You did.
Like, pardon?
His barber is literally sat watching us. You did.
I did what?
I walked in, you was going to trim.
How can I get a trim on set?
Exactly. I don't know. I've never seen it before, but you did it.
I was getting a trim.
You were sat getting a trim.
So you're trying to basically say, because my hairline's so straight, you think I was getting a trim?
I saw you getting a trim. There's no accusations. I saw you.
How did you see me?
I think we've got it on camera. We've got evidence.
Was he saying hi?
Your barber's sat there.
That's not my barber. That's my security guard. You're an artist, you know. Yeah. Artists like Van Gogh and them man there. Oh, I'm not to do my parking.
You know what? I like this guy's vibe, bro. You know, he lays it out how it is, bro. Like, he doesn't see what he lacks in himself. He has actually really high confidence, which is how every man should be out there, right? Like, a lot of men out there, you know, they're like, if they're asked that question, you think you should have a 10 out of 10? They'll be like, I don't know. And then, or they would ask them, on what scale do you think you are on the dating market? They'll be like, I think I'm a 5 out of 10. It's like, you know what I mean? Why would you shoot yourself in the foot, bro? Like, you gotta be your own biggest fan. Now there's a difference here, right? Like, if you're a pure ugly, bro, you can't be thinking like you're a 12 out of 10. I mean, it's good for confidence wise because you gotta carry yourself like a 12 out of 10, but you gotta be a little bit, you know, you gotta wake up a little bit, you know, you gotta see the truth a little bit, and that's how it will allow you to improve. Because the thing is, if you think you're perfect all the time, you wouldn't want to improve because you think there is nothing to improve. Like, if you think you're a 12 out of 10, you would feel like, yo, there's nothing else to add to that. Meanwhile, you're like a 3 out of 10, but in your mind you tell yourself you're a 12 out of 10. You'll act like you're a 12 out of 10, but you'll be a little bit delusional, you know what I mean? Because you could always work on one thing, bro. Trust me. Like, I think there is no such thing as a 10 out of 10 man. You know what I'm saying? As far as we can go, even women, there is no such thing as a 10 out of 10. Because 10 out of 10 is like your perfection, bro. You know what I'm saying, right? So that's non-existent. Nobody's perfect. So the highest rating, I think, is like a 9. You can get up to a 9 out of 10. You can't get past a 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Because you always have to work on one thing, whether it's your hygiene, whether it's your fashion. You know, you could be tall, you could have money, but maybe your personality is trash. You could have the personality and be short, but you know, you are excelling in all other areas, but you know, there's always something you could become better at, right? So there's no such thing as a 10 out of 10. But anyways, yo, what he said here about alcohol, this is the main reason why you guys gotta be careful when you go like clubbing, you know, because once that alcohol touches, bro, all these girls who are like, what, 2 out of 10, bro, you're gonna start seeing them as an 8 out of 10, bro. There's no wonder that a lot of men wake up in the morning regretting who's beside their bed, who they're waking up next to, right? Because they made a mistake of taking that huge goblin back home without really, without a clear mind. You know what I'm saying? So guys, be careful of that alcohol, because alcohol will do that, will play your mind like that.
Start with your origin story. When did you realize you were starting to like Jeremy?
We were on the podcast and he said something.
I said it was 14 soft.
It had to do something with like morals and like values and stuff. And I was like, oh, actually, that's pretty hot. And so I looked at him and I was just like randomly, I was like, can I take you out for dinner?
Like mid-podcast?
Yeah. And then he looked at me and then he was like this. You know that face that he makes? That face, and then he just like totally ignored it. After the podcast,
That same podcast.
I was like, this motherfucker didn't hear me right. So I basically said, hey Jeremy, can I take some boxes of nectar? And then he was like, sure. And I said, oh, it's heavy. Can you help me take it to my car? And so
I didn't know her strength at the time. Now I know that was a bold-faced lie. She could have carried 6 boxes herself with one arm. Extreme riz, low-key.
He walked me to my car, and then I opened the trunk, and then he put it in, and I said, hey, for real though, can I take you out to dinner? And he said, you were serious about that? And I was like, yeah, I'm serious. Like, when are you free? Oh, I'm free in 3 weeks. That night, he didn't tell me exactly what day. He was like, I'll let you know. So that night, I hit him up and I said, so do you know the day? That's when we started talking. He started messaging me. He FaceTimed me, which, you know what? I don't FaceTime people.
Ever.
We talked every day. So
Not every day.
yeah, we talked every day.
FaceTimed every day?
No, we talked every day. I literally just said
texting.
we talked every day.
Jeremy, are you okay? Happy wife, happy life.
Yo, that's hilarious. This is like one of the first time a woman actually takes the initiative to ask a man out. No wonder he was surprised too. He was like confused, bro. Bro had like a brain freeze. Bro acted like a computer when it catches viruses and it's like frozen, bro. Because it's like it never happens. Usually guys are the ones that are always pulling the strings, that are always the first ones to, make the move and all. Like, you never have a woman making the move. So I mean, in this part, if the woman was making a move into him first, like, yo, he had all the hard work done off the bat right there. Like, he just had to not mess it up. That's it. He just on cruise, bro. She's like driving the car and he's just like the passenger cruising by, you know what I mean? So that's great, man. But the only problem about this is you got to be careful, because if she's taking initiatives into everything, right? Like if she's planning the dates and she's picking you up and she's paying the bill, in the end, bro, she's gonna have that masculine role in that relationship. So in the end, she's gonna feel like you guys' roles have reversed, right? The actual man here in this relationship is the woman, and she's actual dude. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, bro, once you give her that kind of power and once that those positions are established, your relationship is gonna suffer. Because even later on, when you're trying to establish your masculinity and your dominance, it ain't gonna work. Because all along, he's been doing all the masculine traits, all the dominant traits, right? So that's what I'm saying. That's one thing you gotta watch out for.
Babe, would you rather kiss me or kiss the prettiest girl in the world for $1 million?
$1 million to kiss the prettiest girl in the world?
Yes.
Do I get $1 million if I kiss you?
No. You only get $1 million if you kiss the prettiest girl in the world.
Well, obviously I'd be the prettiest girl in the world and get $1 million. We'd be rich.
Yes, we would. But did you think to say, I'm the prettiest girl in the world?
But you're not. You're not. And that's okay. You're a solid 6. A high 6. And you're being selfish right now because we'd be $1 million richer.
Well, I don't even think you're a 6.
I don't care what you think I am. I pulled you. $1 million. You'd have to take one for the team.
If you would have just said, would you rather kiss me or kiss the prettiest girl in the world for $1 million?
$1 million to kiss the prettiest girl in the world.
Yes.
Do I get $1 million if I kiss you?
No. You only get $1 million if you kiss the prettiest girl in the world.
Well, obviously I'd be the prettiest girl in the world and get $1 million. We'd be rich.
Yes, we would. But did you think to say, I'm the prettiest girl in the world?
But you're not. You're not. And that's okay. You're a solid 6. A high 6. And you're being selfish right now because we'd be $1 million richer.
Well, I don't even think you're a 6.
I don't care what you think I am. I pulled you $1 million. You'd have to take one for the
If
team.
you would have just said, babe, you're the prettiest girl in the world, you could have kissed me and gotten $1 million. That's the loophole.
But you're not.
Yo, I hate these type of questions, guys. Whenever your woman's out there asking you these type of questions, bro, don't fall into it, because it's a trap. You know, it's a simple question as it is, but it's a trap. You know, why would she be asking you that in the first place? Because whatever your answer is gonna be, she's gonna have a problem with it. She wants you to say her, but in reality, in retrospect, any man out there would pick the one where he's gonna get $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna pick your girl, bro, but your girl wants you to always pick them. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, if you tell her the truth and honest answer, she gets upset. Oh, you didn't pick me, blah blah blah, so you think I'm ugly, all this and that, right? But you're being rational, you're just being truthful, you're being honest, man. Like, she probably isn't the beautiful woman out there, the most beautiful. You know what I'm saying? If we were to compare all around the world, all the women, there's no way your woman is the most beautiful woman in the world, bro, because you haven't even seen all the other rest of the women in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I like these like soft lies men tend to tell women, you know. Oh, you're the best thing that ever happened to me, you're the most prettiest woman in the world. That's a lie. There's no way she is, bro, because I guarantee you out there in the world you can find at least 10 women that are actually more beautiful than your woman. You know what I'm saying? Your woman might have, she might be the prettiest woman there, like in your city, in your country, but if you're comparing the whole world, bro, you know how big the world is, bro, and there is no way she is the most beautiful woman in the world. Let me just tell you that, bro. There is no way. But yeah, you guys be careful with these questions, because this is always gonna start a fight. So you guys gotta be smart on how you answer it.
I'm no love expert, but don't you think your soulmate would want to date you?
I mean, yo, she did raise an important question right here. Don't you think your soulmate would want to date you? A lot of these women out there, they're saying like, my soulmate might be here, my soulmate this, but that's my soulmate, but this, that. But it's like, yo, your soulmate doesn't want you. Your soulmate doesn't want anything to do with you. Your so-called soulmate, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, if your soulmate is destined to be with you, they would want to date you. They would want to be with you. If they don't want to be with you, that means that they ain't your soulmate. You know what I'm saying, right? So all those people that are rationalizing and, you know, always putting everything into my soulmate, like, you're dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of, especially women, they'll be crushing on this dude and they think it's their soulmate, but the dude doesn't really give a flying squirrel about her, right? And she's still delusional enough to think, yo, my soulmate. It's like, my soulmate, what?
Your name Jaina?
Yeah.
You got a boyfriend?
I don't have a boyfriend.
Let's talk about it.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Let's talk about it.
My boyfriend, though, that's my friend.
Wait, what's your name again?
Jane.
What's up with you and Jaina?
I heard.
No, I'm saying, you ever had feelings for her though? Like, be honest.
What?
What? You know?
You heard what he said?
Have you ever had feelings for Jaina, bro?
Ever in your life?
I have him right now.
I'm trying to tell you. What you gotta do? What you gotta do? You don't got no type?
Chocolate, man.
Chocolate?
How about you guess our majors?
Oh yeah!
This is such a good game.
Yes!
Is he getting nervous? Like, just spit it out.
Nah.
Yeah, come on now.
She is make me blush though.
What's my major?
Yeah, I say nurse. Why don't you take care of me?
No.
Shit. Take care of me.
How old are y'all?
I'm 21.
Yeah, so when do you turn 22 is the question.
November 20th.
Oh, no, November birthday. That's okay.
What's wrong?
I'm of age.
Cool. Like.
This just goes on to show guys and women can't be friends, right? That whole question that always raises a debate of whether a man and a woman can be platonic friends, this is the answer right there. Women always think like, oh yes, it's possible. Meanwhile, the dude has a crush on them. This dude right here on the phone was asked, you know, if he had a crush on her, and he automatically revealed he does. You know what I'm saying? She's all shocked because she thought they're all friends and all, but it's like, why are you surprised? Men and women can't just be platonic friends. Let me tell you that, you know? But yeah.
Alright, so this is the story about how I dated a witch from Epping Forest.
Epping Forest? Should've known.
Been dating her for a while, everything was cool, yeah? Cool. We decided our next date is going to be a Netflix and chill date, yeah? Okay. So this is my first away game at her house in Epping Forest, yeah? I drive down to her house, she has AU vodka shots lined up.
Man.
I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a good night.
They're
She-
different colours.
They're different colours. But yeah, she got the shots lined up and she says, you know what, tonight all we're gonna do is watch movies, take shots, and cuddle. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good night. What do you want to watch?
Yeah.
She goes, let's watch The Notebook first. I put my foot down, we're not watching that. She goes, you Capricorn men are so stubborn.
Not the stars.
Bro. I was like, you just had Bible quotes on your Instagram story.
They're not scary.
Like, what's going on here? She's like, yeah, I go to church, like, but I like star signs too. I was like, okay, so do you believe Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior? I was like, do you believe in the rings of Saturn? I was like, she's like, stop being stupid, pick the film you want to pick. Let's watch the film. The night goes well, we're watching a horror film, adrenaline is up.
Yeah,
she's scared. She's doing that thing where she wants to watch it, but she doesn't want to see it. She doesn't want to see it. Exactly. Now, normally when I watch horror films or anything dark or morbid by myself, I have to put on something light before I go to bed. 100%. Not even I think it's Fimbles. If I can find a Fimble stream, I'm watching Fimbles. Because I need to dilute it in my brain. Even after I watch Oppenheimer, I have to go watch Barbie. I have to go watch Barbie 2 times. So we go upstairs. In the corner of her room, I see the polystyrene wig head. I don't know if you've seen this. That's scary. She doesn't even put a wig on it. She's got the wig hangers. I was like, so you pretended you were scared of the films, but you've got you got Voldemort first draft. She thinks I'm joking about, but I'm genuinely thinking like, I'm scared of this thing. There's no way I'm sleeping with this thing in the corner. So I'm thinking, you know what, it might be better for me to just go home. I was like, okay, babe, before I take off my trousers, do you snore? She's like, no, I don't snore. I was like, okay, do you sleep talk? She's like, no, I don't sleep talk. Do you sleep walk? No, I don't sleep walk. Okay, do you drool? She's like, no, I don't drool. She goes, I don't drool, but I do twitch.
Okay.
I was like, that's fine. I've been with streamers before. That's fine. This time she's tired. She's like, stop with the stupid jokes, man. Let's get into bed. So I was like, you know what? Let me just going home is long. I get into bed. While I'm sleeping, I hear somebody whisper in my ear, if you break her heart, I'm gonna kill you. I turn around and look at the wicked immediately. I was like, I know it's her. I know for a fact. I know for a fact it's her. I know for a fact. The wicked hasn't moved. Obviously, it hasn't moved. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just bugging out. It was a nightmare. This is what happens after I watch horror film. Let me just go back to sleep. 1 hour into my sleep, then I hear giggling. The giggling you hear in the horror film, the little girl. I look at the wicked straight away. I'm like, what's funny? What's funny? I know it's her laughing. I know for a fact. Then I think, you know what? I'm bugging out. Like, this thing is actually genuinely scary. Like, it doesn't. It looks like an arrow, but it doesn't look human. I get out of bed and I put this girl's wig onto the wig head. I even combed it twice to make it look like I want it to look like a human.
You want it to be familiar. I've seen you before.
Now it looks like Katy Perry. I can deal with that. That's totally fine. So then I go back and go to bed again and try to sleep. This time round I hear,
I would have been out of the house.
Now obviously I've been living in London and this is Epping Forest, so I know it's just a small fox being dominated by a larger fox. I know.
Why you stop the streets?
But that's what's happening. But in my mind, the wig head is taunting me. So I look over at the wig. The wig hasn't moved. Its hair is blowing in the wind, but it hasn't moved. So I'm like, you know what? If you are real, you're gonna have to show yourself eventually. Like, I've seen Toy Story, you're gonna have to show yourself eventually. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna look at you until you move. So I'm looking at the wicked and it looks fine. Like, it's got the hair over the face, the full fringe, it looks okay.
Yeah.
I swear on my life, I see the wicked blow the hair. I see the wicked blow the hair out of his face, around his ear. That's when I was like, nah, f*** this, I'm going home. Straight away, I start getting changed. I'm getting changed and the girl wakes up and she's like, babe, what's wrong? Like, you can't sleep. I was like, of course I can't sleep when you got your ex, Mike Myers, in the corner keeping an eye on us. Like, how do you expect me to sleep? She's like, oh, why did you put on all the horror films if you're going to be scared? I was like, bruv, like, I didn't know. I did that for you, bruv. I did that for you. I would have been calm with a thimble stream. They just released a new season, I would have been calm. You told me you lived alone. That's why I came here. I didn't know you had Casper's widows. House sharing with you, bro. She's like, oh, stop being stupid. This is why I can't deal with Capricorn guys. They're so sensitive, especially when Jupiter is drifting through Aries.
What the hell?
I was like, so you are a witch. I don't you ever I was like, if you put a spell on me, I'm gonna call the police. If you put a spell on me, I'm gonna call the police. I was like, no, I'm done. I got up, I walked home, bro. When I got into my car, as soon as I'm in my car, I see a fox limping.
I
see a fox limping, I was like, that's disgusting. It looks like you're a witch. I've never been to Epping Forest again, bro.
Yo, bro, I would have left the moment that she's talking about star signs, bro. I don't know why you went that far as to sleep over with a woman like this, bro. Like, let me tell you, bro, there's one thing here that you guys gotta realize, right? Women are so obsessed with these star signs. They will literally put you in a box and summarize your whole characteristic traits based on the star signs, bro. Look how dumb that is, bro. You know what I'm saying, right? Just because you chose to eat ice cream past 12, whatever, all of a sudden it's a Leo thing. You know what I mean, right? It's a little bit ridiculous, man, you know? So I'm not really that big into star signs. I think like there's a logical explanation into everything, bro, but like women would like to blame it into the stars, right? So I mean, automatically that's a little red flags right there. And on top of that, you went to the room and you saw those wigs, bro, like, and she told you she twitches and you're like, it's so cool. What were you expecting, bro? You were expecting like a nice sleep or what? There's no way you're gonna get some nice sound, sweet dreams out of this, bro. You know, this is like a whole horror movie about to happen, you know. You're lucky you actually made it alive. You know, there's that film called Get Out, when the guy thinks like, you know, he's going to see his girl's family and all, everything is all good until a whole lot of weird shit start happening in that house, and then he just always worried about is making it out of that little gated community area. You know what I mean? He wants to go back to where he came from, and he's running for his life. This is exactly what it is.
I don't think people realize how dangerous and toxic this whole conversation with Madam Joy is talking about men being broke, boys being broke, is to young people currently up and coming and, you know, deciding what careers they want to get into. I was under one of the videos on here talking about the whole situation, and I saw this comment from a young person who just said, I just finished uni as a boy. I earn around 29k, which they're proud of, but social media will tell me I'm poor. Now, the fact that a young boy has to think like this when they're actually doing incredibly well is really disappointing. The average salary in the UK is like 33k. So to come straight out of uni and to land your first job on 29k is really good. But again, because of society, people will be like, no, it isn't, you're lying, blah, 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 blah. Not everybody wants to be an influencer. Not everybody wants to be a footballer. Not everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Not everybody wants to do fraud. The point is, we shouldn't be shaming people, period, especially when people are actually going about it the right way and working incredibly hard to get to where they're going. We can't help that there's a cost of living crisis. We can't help that there's inflation. We can't help that the economy right now in the UK is just trash. It would actually be great to see these bigger influencers use their platform to talk about ways to actually educate people on making more money, how to have, 3, 4, 5 times more income streams, that sort of thing, or how they manage their own finances, instead of making fun of everybody else who's actually out and about working their arse off. It really affects the younger generation, because I know people now who want to get into fashion, but they're studying law. Just because they're thinking about money, they're chasing the bag. And what's going to happen is they'll probably get into these careers and probably be unhappy. So many people on here talk about them trying to get into tech. They get into tech and they absolutely hate it. If you're watching this, I just want you to know, don't be fooled by the internet. It's not true. Just have a look at the average salary in the UK. Have a look at different jobs and you'll see what people are really getting paid. But 29k, jumping straight out of uni, is nothing to be ashamed of.
You know what? That's the life we live, man, right? At the end of the day, bro, even if you're coming out of uni, you have your degree, you're doing well, you're making 29, you're starting somewhere, bro, right? Like, you feel like it's an accomplishment. In reality, bro, this life, the way society goes, bro, they will tell you like you're actually failing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, the women will even make it even more clear, because they wouldn't want to mess with you, right? Because they're looking at all the balling guys, right? Guys who have it all, who have the cash like that, who can fly them out, who can pay for everything. And you just finished uni, bro. You have student, loans and all you gotta pay back, bro. the last thing you're thinking in your ass is like, you're at the back of the line. You're thinking you're doing well, but the way society is, it's just conditioned. It's gonna make you feel like you're a loser, bro. You're the biggest loser. And on top of that, the women just justify it even more because they don't want to mess with you. They don't want to hang with you anymore, right? They're leeching to all these popping guys. Look at the prettiest women out there. Do you think they're just gonna go hang out with a regular dude, bro? No, bro. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, I mean, it just goes on to show. Even look at social media, right? Look at Instagram. Everybody wants those IG women, those fake women out there, right? Those IG models. Do you think they're just gonna chill with a dude making 29K, bro, straight off uni like that? Those IG models I'm talking about, right? They have like 200K plus followers. Do you think so? That's what I mean. Society always makes you feel like you're not doing enough. You know what I mean? So the thing is, you can use it to your advantage because you can, now you want to prove them wrong. Now you want to feel like, you're in the same category as the rest of them people in society, right? So now you're going to work harder. You're going to make more money. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be doing side hustles. You're going to be grinding. You're going to be staying up at night. So, I mean, you can use it as fuel. That's how you should look at it, right? Don't look at it, don't be all down about it, right? Don't be all depressed about it or feel bad about it. But look at it as a motivation, some motivation tools, right? Bro, you could have it all, man. You could have a house, you could have a great job, a nice car and all, but it's like compared to your friends or your neighborhood or whatever, you feel like you're the loser, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because the environment you hang around with and everybody else probably doesn't need to go to offices, they have their own businesses, but you're the only one who goes to office, you'll feel like a bomb, bro. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, man, it's like if you just focus on yourself, focus on getting better, right? And use all of this to your advantage, use it as a tool to help you excel in life, I think you can turn it something like this negative into positive.
Ruby Rose's new post. I just saw a video of a man who said, whenever you see Ruby Rose's new post and then you look at your girl and he's so disappointed, and then it was stitched with another man who was informing this guy on how he's never going to get near Ruby Rose, how she doesn't want anything to do with him, he's never going to be near anyone like that, he's never going to have a chance with anyone like that. And I understand like his sentiment, like he's trying to be helpful, right? He's trying to be helpful. He's trying to basically tell this guy and every other guy that thinks this way, like, what are you doing? You have a girlfriend, you have a wife, and you're literally wasting, you're destroying this woman, or you're ignoring her, you're neglecting her for some fantasy of whoever else is out in the world. And this is what I want to be perfectly understood. Every single guy that uses pornography, and including this girl, I looked her up on Instagram, and she obviously has an OF. So obviously we know the men that are following her are using that, right? And this is the important thing to understand, is that when they have unlimited access to a woman's body, whether it be in person, virtually, they're chatting with, they're exchanging, pictures and videos, maybe on Snapchat, or they're subscribing to their OS. It does not matter if they talk to this woman or not. It does not matter if they're messaging her and they're being responded by someone that works for her, that is being paid to respond and pretend like that they are that person. It doesn't matter if they're watching a corn video from 10 years ago. It doesn't matter if they're watching anime, if they're watching AI corn. It doesn't matter what it is. The problem is they believe, because they have access to that person, they have access to their body, and they're self-pleasuring to that person, that they've already been with that person, or they could totally get that person. This is the literal brainwashing, and I know so many people are going to disagree, because I always get the comments of men and even women saying, I watch porn all the time, pornography. I watch pornography all the time, and I know the difference. I know the difference. Your brain does not. Your brain does not. Your brain doesn't. That is why it works. If you were able to look at a picture, look at a video, whatever, fantasize, whatever, about doing these things with that person, you were able to watch POV pornography, and your brain knew what you were watching was another man violating that woman, was watching another man violently grape that woman, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work, because the fantasy is, and the belief is, I am doing this to that woman. I am inside of that woman. I am doing all of these, horrible, disgusting, nasty things to that woman. And that's why it works. Your brain is literally creating memories, false memories of you doing these things with that woman. And so, of course, if your brain, you know, if you subconsciously are thinking or believing that you have already been with that woman, you've already seen every part of her, you've already done everything you could possibly want to do to her, then you're going to act and live your life as if you have had all these women. You've been with all these women. You've gotten the best of the best. And of course, you're going to look at your girl. You're going to look at your wife. You're going to look at your girlfriend, whoever it is, and you're going to think, she is so lucky to have me, right? I'm the prize, whatever. She's so lucky to have, because I can have any girl out there I want. I've already had them, right? That's the subconsciously, you've already had them. Even if you know you haven't slept with those women, your belief is those women, if those women had the chance, they would jump on you. If those women had the chance, they would want you, because you're the one self-pleasuring to them every day. So even though it's a one-sided thing, it's kind of like a parasocial relationship where if I'm invested in a celebrity, let's say Taylor Swift, right? I'm following everything she does. I'm in all the Facebook groups and on the Instagram pages, and I'm on TikTok, and I'm following everything she does, and I'm saving it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm reading it at night, and I'm doing all these different things, and I'm commenting about her, and I'm sending her DMs, and I'm doing all this crazy stuff. I'm building up this parasocial relationship that is one-sided. And I'm thinking me and Taylor Swift are best friends. Does she know I exist? No. Will she ever know I exist? No. But I'm thinking in my head, oh yeah, we're best friends. And you know, if I ever get the chance to meet her, she will realize what good friends we are. She will realize how much we have in common. This is literally what men are living. And this is just what I believe. This is what men are living that are using pornography, that are masturbating constantly, habitually to women online, strangers online, whatever it may be. And again, this in turn creates this cycle, my opinion, this cycle of hatred towards women, because sometimes it can go, you know, you're chasing women, you're obsessing over women, but then all of those women that you actually want, they're ignoring your DMs, they're blocking you, they're whatever, they're turning you down, basically, maybe in real life, maybe online. And so then you have this hatred of like, well, they should want me. I should be enough for them. Why aren't they wanting me? Why aren't they liking me? You know, why aren't I enough for them? You know, chasing whatever. If it's a fantasy girl, if it's a celebrity, if it's someone in real life, it doesn't matter. The point is, it is psychologically messing up people, and men especially, and I'm sure women as well, but it's destroying relationships, obviously. And it's absolutely sick and disgusting to see this constant evolution of, you know, women being fully accessible online, you know, women that may be displaying or producing content or whatever it may be, you know, they're fully accessible online, and these men just consuming it constantly. And again, it's not just one woman. It's not just one woman they're consuming. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and possibly thousands just all the time. And it's literally destroying every single relationship. It's destroying every marriage. It's ripping apart families.
You know what? She said a lot of things on this video, bro. Oh, she talked so much, but let me just summarize it. What she's saying here is actually, she actually has a point, to be honest, right? A lot of guys, they're so infatuated with all these celebrities, all these IG models and all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're seeing these women on these on these Instagram, whatever, on these apps, these social media, and you think they're pitch perfect, right? Because they have like the filters, they're dressed in nicest outfit, bro. Their makeup is on point. They're like in the most exquisite country out there, right? Like Dubai, whatever, Morocco. They're overseas, they're living their high life because they got the money, or some of them, you know, they fake the lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, just for pictures. But that's not real life. You guys know that, right? You guys gotta separate social media from real life, right? Like, social media and real life are not the same. The way somebody is on social media necessarily is not how they are in real life, right? So a lot of guys out there, these are the sims out there, right, who are paying for all these women's subscription pages, right? These IG models. How do you think they get on this vacation, right? First is by sugar daddy. Second is by platforms like OnlyFans that they run, that men like you are paying into, and you're financing them, that type of lifestyle they're living and they're showcasing out there, right? So if you fall a victim into that, first of all, this is a downward spiral for you from there on, you know what I'm saying, right? So all of you gotta stop treating these women like, you know, putting them on a pedestal, treating them like they're something that you can't have, like, you know, glorifying them and treating them like a goddess, like, you know what I'm saying? They're just regular human being. And the funniest thing is, probably 5 to 10 years ago, they were like on the same boat as you, bro, working regular job as you, 9 to 5, making probably same salary as you, you know, in a regular dumb city. You know what I'm saying? They were like on this, like the same as every other girl out there. But now, just because they're, you know, they have clout, they're popping a little bit, and you see them on Instagram and they look good, bro, they look like a snack. All of a sudden you're so infatuated, you feel like you know who she is. And especially like these women out here, right, like what you just mentioned, they have people that are talking to these men on their like OnlyFans account, you know, they're messaging them on all. So these men are thinking they're talking to the actual celebrity or actual artist or whatever, you know, the actual person they're infatuated with. But meanwhile, they're not. They're talking to their assistant, right? It's just the image, right? Your brain is already associating the image of that that celebrity or whatever with, you know, the messages you're sending and the reply you're getting. You feel like you know her, you feel like she understands you. Meanwhile, it's a psychological tactic. That's what they're supposed to do, so you can keep paying into their platform. You know what I'm saying? They will call you baby, honey, thank you, my love, this and that, right? All these language is designed for the simps to keep falling more and more in love. So the sad part is, a lot of men out there, when they're in a relationship with their partner, right, they'll be in a good relationship too, they will be comparing their woman to women like this. You know, they'll be looking at these Instagram models and then they'll look at their woman, right, and they'll be like, oh man, like they could have the prettiest woman, bro, but yet because the woman is in real life, you know, she doesn't have the filters, you know, she doesn't have the surgeries, you know, they're not in Dubai, Morocco, wherever, you know what I'm saying? It's like all of a sudden now they start feeling some type of way. They start looking at their woman in a negative light. They start feeling like, you know, they start feeling like the woman is not that attractive, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not doing that good. Like they feel like they're dating a goblin, a zombie or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't feel like she matches their standards, right? Because they feel like their type is like a ruby rose, which is like a fake persona, which is put for the internet, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's true what she says over here, and I think that's the dangers of social media. A lot of men here should stop actually idolizing these models, IG models and all that, and you know, because that's a part of your brain. It's like chemicals are released when you see that. There's a reason why sex sells, right? These women are wearing little to no clothing, revealing their body parts and all that on social media, and then you see that and you feel like your brain is releasing this, you know, chemicals, and you're glued right there, and now you start objectifying like crazy. So it's like, bro, at the end of the day, man, I think you should be happy with what you got, you know, but at the end of the day, you should know your limit as well. Know that social media ain't real, and know the difference between social media and real life. But anyways, yo, that's the video. That's all I got for you guys. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe, comment down below what you all thought about this video. Without further ado, catch you on the next. Peace.